and I'm a Gemini, so the matching cups as well. Hello everyone and welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Emilee, and if you are new here then thank you for clicking on this video. Today I'm doing a video on this look. It's a tutorial. It's kind of like a green winged out smoky cut crease kind of thing, and it's in my NYX series. I'm basically going through the NYX advent calendar every single day, creating a new look using the product. So today's product is the NYX matte lipstick in the shade Natural. So yeah, I was inspired to do this look by Lexi May MUA on TikTok, Instagram, you know, she's a PLouise makeup artist, she's fabulous. But without further ado, because I don't like to ramble too much, make sure you give the video a like, comment down below anything you want, subscribe because there's going to be quite a lot of tutorials, and yeah, let's just get on with the tutorial for this look because I think it's my favourite so far, I'm not gonna lie. My hair is still yellow, we're ignoring it, I'm getting it fixed tomorrow, and today is the last time I'm filming with my split dye, so say goodbye to it because it's going, because it's a bit of a mess, but we're moving on from it, we're moving on. So I'm going to prime my eyes with my PLouise base as always. Also my nails have started going grey from some trousers I was wearing yesterday, and I accidentally dyed my legs grey from them, so if you ever buy a new pair of black trousers from Topshop, make sure you wash them first because otherwise you'll literally have grey skin. Okay, so my inspiration today is this picture from Lexi May, who is an artist at PLouise, and I absolutely love everything she does. I found her first on TikTok and then I found her on Instagram and I realised she works for PLouise, so you know, she's just incredible and I absolutely love everything, but you know me, I love a good green smoky look, so I'm going to try and recreate this look, maybe give it my own spin. I'm going to use the Melt Gemini because we all know I absolutely love this palette, and thank you again Lisa for buying me this. I think it was about a year ago now, and it's probably my favourite palette that I own. I think it is my favourite palette that I own. I mean, it's just gorgeous and I'm obsessed with it, especially these green colours. So I'm going to start with the shade Leo, which is the darkest green. I'm going to start with this on a little pencil brush, and I'm just going to start by putting this through the first half of my crease. Let me zoom you in. So I'm going to start this on the first half of my crease because it's kind of like, it's a cut crease and a wing liner, but like the cut crease only goes on the inner half. So I'm going to start by just putting this through my crease. Again, just looking forward into my mirror and applying it where it's visible. It doesn't matter if you get it on the lid because we'll cut that later. Once we've got the first dark green shade down, as you can see I've gone just past my pupil, kind of like if you get a brush, line it up with the corner of your nose and the arch of your brow and like straight through your eye. That's kind of where it stops, if that makes any sense. So I'm going to go in with the shade Fire OG, which is this one. As you can see it's slightly lighter than the dark shade, and I'm going to use a Morphe M562. And I'm just going to use this to blend out that first colour. I love this brush because it's so small and cute, and I'm just going to use little circular motions going half on and half off of the original green shade just to start that blend. And I'm just going to use really soft pressure with this. Brushes like this are perfect for looks like this because you can really get like the precision and not make the look too blown out. I really need to buy more of these, as well as the M506, that one's a really good brush. And I'm going to bring this shade a slight bit further out just so that when we do cut the crease later it doesn't look so harsh. I think this is like probably my favourite palette ever because if you know me, you know I love greens and like these kind of grungy green colours, and I'm a Gemini, so I love everything about this palette. So thank you Lisa again for getting me the palette because it's easily my favourite palette ever, and you know me, I'm a cheapskate and I don't like spending money on myself for expensive makeup, so it really means a lot because it is my favourite palette and it's definitely worth the price. Melt shadows are incredible quality, they blend incredibly, and I've wanted to try melt shadows since they were big in like, you know, the stacks in like 2014, I don't know when it was, but yeah, it only took me this long to get some melt shadows and they are definitely worth the money. I know they're expensive, but I mean just the colour stories, the quality, everything about it, fabulous. I'm then going to take a clean, big, like fluffy brush. This is the Jessup 221 Luxe Soft Crease Brush. By the way, let me know if you want me to actually tell you what brushes I use, because a lot of the time they're just brushes that are random and have no names on, and then some of the time they have names. So if they have names, I'll try to tell you, but let me know if like that's kind of important, because I'll get new brushes that actually have names, because I mean I'm always up for buying new brushes, let's be honest. So I'm going to take this and I'm just going to go over really lightly over the edges just to blend them, just to kind of make it a bit more seamless. A lot of times you can do this with like a bit of translucent powder or a creamy coloured, flesh tone coloured, whatever is similar to your skin tone, and just blend it really lightly over the edges, and it'll create a really nice blend if you're having issues with like the edges. Or just go over with a clean brush and that should usually do the trick. But using a colour that's similar to your skin tone, whatever that might be, will definitely always help kind of blend out the edges. That's the thing with creating a good blend. A lot of influencers you'll just see, they'll show you the first step and then they'll skip out all the blending in between. And then when you try and do it at home, you're like, why is it not blending? Why is it not looking the same? A lot of them, they just go in multiple times and keep going back in with the colours and blending them and building them until it actually looks good. So if you're feeling a bit, you know, disheartened with your makeup, try going back in and blending multiple times and just building up the colours, because 9 times out of 10 it will create you a better look, and that is where you're going wrong, or not where you're going wrong, where you're being misinformed. I had a mini snack break. I'm obsessed with these. If you follow me on Instagram, then you will have seen the massive order I got of these on Black Friday, because most people on Black Friday, you know, they order a new iPad, they get a new phone, or they order like a cool chair. I got a giant box of chocolate because these are incredible. They made vegan like Kinder Buenos, and these, well, I mean they make a lot more, but these are my favourites. The Love Raw chocolate buttercups in peanut brownie, incredible, like 10 out of 10. Yeah, anyway, had a little snack break and a little coffee break of course. You're going to see an array of all my little mugs in this series because I have a thing for drinking apparatus. I have the matching cups as well. It's great, it's really fun, but yeah. I have a thing for drinking apparatus. It makes me drink more. I'm terrible at drinking water. I'm terrible at just intaking fluids in general. So put it in a cute, you know, thing and I'll drink from it. Anyway, so once I got to this point, I'm just going to go over with a tiny bit of the shade Mochi. It's that like ice cream squishy stuff. I don't know what it's called. And the same brush we just used to blend. And I'm just using the tiniest amount of this. And with a really light hand I'm just going to blend over the edges, and that's all I'm doing. I'm now going to go in and cut my crease. I'm going to use this is the PLouise Acid Rain Blank Canvas. This is probably one of my favourite things for cutting my crease, just because it's really thick and it's obviously like my kind of skin tone, so it's great for cutting creases, but it's just a really thick consistency, so it's not going to like slide everywhere, and yeah, I really like it. I'm going to put a bit on my palette. I love this palette. It's like a little resin coaster. You can get them on Etsy, and I just like using it for little paints because it's more sanitary than just dunking it in the pot. And also, whenever I put them on the back of my hand, I always like struggle to get them off the back of my hands, so I'm just walking around with like colourful blobs all over me all day, and I don't enjoy that. So I'm going to use the same Unicorn Cosmetics brush. It has been dyed pink now after the other day, but that's fine. And I'm just going to use this to cut my crease. I don't know if you can see, but like it's a really thick texture. Like it's really thick. So I'm just going to kind of like work it onto my brush and then start cutting my crease with this. These also set by themselves, so you don't have to like set them. I'm just going to go through and stamp my cut crease on. Okay, so now I've cut my creases. As you can see, I've not done like a proper cut crease apart from like the last couple videos for 3 months. So I'm regaining my cut crease abilities, so don't judge, but you know, we're getting there slowly. I think this is the best one out of the three. So I'm going to do a shimmer on the lid later, but I'm going to do the Smoky wing now, and I'm going to do it in the same colours, so it kind of like elongates, and then I'm going to pull the shimmer through like the empty space. You'll see. But yeah, so I'm going to get an angled brush, I think. I'm going to use this tiny little brush. This is a Real Techniques flat liner brush, and I'm going to start with the dark green Leo. And I'm just going to take this from my outer corner and drag it upwards, and then drag it back to my lash line. Just kind of creating like a wing shape. Okay, so I've just added some tape. I don't know if you can actually see it, but it just helps with like the angles. Get a crisp line on the bottom. Yeah, so I've just used this little brush and I've just used the shade Leo, and I've sketched out like an average, you know, basic rough wing shape. That's the word I'm looking for. I've sketched out like a rough wing shape, and I'm then going to go in with the shade Fire OG and just start blending this out. I'm basically doing the exact same thing that we did on the front cut crease, but on a winged liner. I also need to stop doing this because I've noticed when I'm editing the past two videos, apparently I do this now when I don't know what words to say, and I just like throw my little claws up. They look like chicken feet. Okay, so now I've got the general kind of shape on. I'm going to go back in with Fire OG and just blend over the top of the Leo shade just to get it into like a smoky wing liner. You can do this with absolutely any shade of smoky wings, like purple, blue, green, brown, and the technique will work. But yeah, I just really love a smoky wing. And then I'm actually going to go back in with the big brush that we used before, and I'm just going to go all the way over that with no product, just to make the edge of the blend really, you know, fluffy looking. Just like that. And then I'm going to go back in with Leo just a bit more to deepen it up again. Okay, so now we've done all the liner, I'm going to take off the tape. I love peeling that, it feels so satisfying. Yeah, as you can see, now that the tape's off, it's giving us a nice wing shape, and it just looks so much better than if you weren't to use the tape, in my personal opinion. So for the shimmer, I'm going to go in with this shade called Goals. Goals with a Z. Anyway, I'm going to use this one. I don't know if this is a bit too dark for what I want, but I'm going to try it, and if we don't like it, we can try something else. I'm just going to use it on like quite a big brush, just because I don't want something that's really dense. And I'm just going to pat it onto a dry lid just to see if it is what I want. I don't know if I want more of just like a lighter shimmer. Now I'll go with this. This will work, but I'm just going to do it really lightly. Don't want too much going on, and I'm only going to put it on the lid space, and then with whatever excess is on the brush, I'm just going to pull up the excess shimmer into the blank space like that, just because I don't want too much pigment, because this shimmer is actually really pigmented. I just don't want super like opaque shimmer. Okay, so add a bit more glitter. I'm going to use this Kash Beauty eyeshadow topper in Gold Dust. It's like one of the Steeler kind of glittery topper type things, but it's kind of like a greeny toned gold. I'm just going to take this on the brush that I used for the shimmer shade, and I'm just going to tap the excess off on my palette and just apply a tiny bit over the top, just to add a bit of glitter. I don't know if you'll be able to see on the screen because it's very subtle. It's just, you know, adding a bit of glitter. Can you see the difference? I think it's pretty. I really like these shadow toppers, and I much prefer them to like a loose glitter because they don't go everywhere. Okay, so for lashes I'm going to use the Lashitude lashes in the style Milan. I don't know if you can see them in the black glittery packaging, but they're like quite spacey. So you'll still be able to see all the makeup behind it. And yeah, I love this packaging. And yeah, foam ink, cruelty free. I'm going to apply these. Okay, so these are the lashes on with the look. I'm obsessed with these lashes. I think I prefer them to Paris, which, as you know, are in my top 2 lashes of all time. So yeah, I love these. They're like kind of winged, but like not too winged, and they're gappy but not too gappy. I really like them. Also, that glitter was a 10 out of 10 choice. So I'm going to go and do my base routine, and then I'll be back to show you the lips and the lash line. Okay, so I've done my base and put some lashes on. I think I already showed you me with the lashes. But yeah, I've done my base. Nothing too special. My base routine will be coming in a few videos because there's like a lip oil as one of the days. So I'm just going to do my base routine for that day. For the lower lash line, I don't really want to do much. I'm thinking I'm just going to take whatever's excess on this brush and just run it on the very outer corner of my eye, just because I don't really want to do much. This is the brush that we used first to use the shade Leo. I want to kind of leave the first half of my eye, I just stabbed myself, the first half of my eye quite open. Okay, so for the lips I've just applied the Rose Nude lip liner from Kash Beauty, same one I used the other day, and I'm going to use the product, that was my foot by the way, I'm going to use the product of the day, which is the NYX matte lipstick in Natural, and as it would suggest, it's a very natural pink colour. So if I wore like pinky toned lipsticks regularly, then this is like a very everyday kind of pinky toned lipstick. And again, I like this formula because it's matte, so it doesn't like smush around too much, but it's not like a liquid lipstick that dries down and, you know, dries out your lips. So yeah, this is the finished look. I hope you enjoyed it. This is a little close-up. And yeah, so yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you give it a thumbs up and subscribe down below, and leave me a comment on what is your favourite look so far, day 1, 2 or 3. I do think this is my favourite so far, partially just because it's green and I really like green. But yeah, I will see you all in my next video in 2 days. Bye!